G'day YouTube, Bike Spade and Bites. Been a while since I posted anything. I thought I'd fill you guys in. I got a new helmet. It's a AGV Grid. Haven't had a chance to wear it yet. There's been some changes in the garage, and not for good reason. Basically, I hit a roo and totaled my bike. It's now about 6 weeks after the crash. The crash occurred about midnight on the interstate, and literally the roo just appeared, I don't know, 2 meters in front of me. I thought, fuck, this is going to hurt, or I thought, fuck, there's nothing I can do, and I probably got through that before I hit it. Next thing I know, I'm sliding down the road. I remember the visor disappearing very quickly off my helmet. I remember watching the road surface pass right in front of my eyes for a few seconds. I don't know how long I was sliding for. When I stopped sliding, the first thing I saw was the fence on the side of the freeway, about a meter or two away from me. I thought, well, I've got to get there no matter how hurt I am, because I don't want to get flattened by a semi-trailer after surviving hit a roo. I was doing about 120 kilometers an hour. I think that's around the 55, 60 mile an hour mark, somewhere there. Saw the fence, got myself over the fence, lay on my back under the fence, catching my breath, letting anything that hurt tell me that it was hurt and that kind of stuff. Didn't feel anything, so I stood up. My bike was about 4 or 5 meters up the road. It had made it all the way to the fence, lying on its side with the top box open, and everything in my top box was gone. I knew that was the end for the bike. It's 10 years old, the VFR is 10 years old, done over 160,000 kilometers, and it literally ticked over 100,000 miles on that last weekend. I had been hoping to keep it forever, but insurance payout, what it was insured for would never cover the repairs. It later became clear that the forks were bent, radiators were smashed, engine coverings were destroyed, all sorts of stuff. So lay down on the floor here, I've got what I was wearing. It's all motorcycle gear, even the jeans. You can see by the yellow it's Kevlar jeans. I'll start with them, seeing as I'm looking at them. Now, they look destroyed, but most of that effort is actually from the paramedics who responded. But if you look down here in the knee, this area here has worn right through. There's even blood there. That's great. I'm sure that makes some of you queasy. That's the only hole in the jeans. And there is some damage on the rear here as well. You can see it's scuffed and the pockets torn apart. So I've obviously been on my front and my back. So there's a hole right through my jeans there. And there's a hole in my leg, which is almost healed. Needed stitches, and I couldn't bend my leg for about a month. I've only just got back to work. These are my boots. They're actually almost untouched, except for the scuff mark you should be able to see on the front of them. They're almost untouched. So the jeans were Dragon jeans. The boots are Dainese long day Gore-Tex boots. I think that's what they're called. It's a weird model name. Here's my helmet. The KBC VR2R Deadliest Species. Really cool graphic. Looks a bit like the alien from Aliens. But as you can see, as you come around the front, lots of grazing and damage on the front. All along here and along here. And there's also lots of damage along the front here as well. Bits ripped off, things like that. Visor disappeared very quickly. There's not much damage. There's a little bit of scuffing on the back. There's not much other damage. Obviously destroyed. Gloves kind of let me down a bit. This is the left glove, which is the least damaged. It's written through there. You can see the knuckles are destroyed. But that's pretty much it. There's some other damage on the front here as well. The right glove is a lot worse. So it's becoming quite clear that my right leg, my right arm, my right hand all took the brunt of it. Again, knuckles are destroyed. Not so much damage on the palm, but the thumb big flap there, and a nice hole here where my thumb's sticking out. If I put this glove on, you can just see through there the slight red of the greys that I got, so it wore straight through there. I noticed these are Alpine Star SP2 gloves. I've had several of these and never had a problem with them. I've noticed that the newer pair, this wraparound piece goes around the other way and actually covers over that part where my wound is, so there would have been 2 levels of leather there. Okay, my jacket. It's been an awesome jacket. I've had it for about a year. It's a Dainese Gator Evo Gore-Tex touring jacket. Apparently it's the end of line now, so they must be replacing it or switching it out with something else. The front itself is fairly undamaged, but as we move down the right arm, right through to the lining, this is the shoulder. You can see the shoulder pads taking a fair impact. Come down to the right arm guard, the elbow guard, another big hole, and the wrist area, another big hole that goes right in, and the zips popped open and all destroyed there on the cuff. Similar damage, though not as extreme, on the other side. There's the shoulder pad and the elbow pad, and there's a bit of damage just on the buckle there. That's not much. There's also scuffing on the back, or there where the back pocket is, and you can see some scuffing here as well. But myself, with all this damage to my gear, I've ended up with a big flesh wound in my knee and a small graze on my wrist. I won't show you my knee, the squeamish out there, although it looks a lot more nice than it did 5 or 6 weeks ago. Basically, I didn't break any bones, I didn't pull any muscles, I've had no pain the whole time. That's just weird. Almost no bruising, or I think there was some at the back of my calf. I was aching there for a bit. They did x-rays and CT scans and stuff, couldn't find anything else wrong. I tried to figure out, I obviously was on my back at some point, but I spent most of the time on my front. By the looks of things, probably with my arms tucked up underneath me. But I don't know. I don't remember the instant of impact, but I do remember the several seconds of sliding. The missus isn't too keen on replacing that bike, but in her defence, I do have a second bike to ride around it, which I've been experimenting with sitting on yet, but haven't trusted the stitching in my knee yet to bend and sit on and go for a ride. But I'm getting more and more tempted as the minutes tick by, really. So that's my gear. So my real choice now is, what do I do with this beautiful thing? It's a wicked bike and I love it, but I don't really know what kind of riding I'm planning on doing now, as my wife has banned me from the commute, especially at night, and I don't really want to be taking this up and down the interstate and making the tyres even more square than they already are. So the next couple of months I'll ride it and see how I feel, but I might sell it, use the money from this and the money from the insurance and buy probably the 2015, 2014 VFR with top box, etc., all the trimmings. We'll see how we go. It is a beautiful bike, isn't it?